Happy New Year? That is always a loaded statement, even as I said it. And although it is the Gregorian calendar New Year, the year 2025, it is January 2nd, I cannot help but feel the ritual spirits telling me to start off on a good foot, even if this momentum maybe doesn't hold all year long. And see, that's already the little doubts. We're working on it. So, life, may it be long, is a process. And recording in a new space by windows, there's definitely some car sounds in the background, and I think that's going to be okay. And I think that's the other thing for 2025 is this: we are going to do, and that's kind of a regardless, whatever the circumstances are, we are going to move forward. We, and that's me referring to myself in the plurals because I never feel fully alone. So me and all the spirits and all the selves that I carry with me, we are going to just continue to move forward regardless if we feel like the circumstances are perfect. It doesn't exist. And that brings me to wanting to call for a moment of silence as well. Broadcasting here from the beauty and safety of my home in the Moakma Ohlone lands of San Jose, California. And my heart is with many others in other places of the world, particularly in Palestine, in Sudan, and in many parts of Africa, Syria, many parts in the world that deserve a moment of silence. So let's just take that. Had to calm my heart down anyway. Um, I think lots of changes happened, I think, since my last stint in front of the microphone, probably sometime in summer. A lot of life rebuilding, a lot of preparing for the anniversaries of October, and again, just feeling that, like, do I deserve happiness? Question. Um, and it's not about a matter of deserving, I think, is where I'm starting to land. This is the life that I have been born into, and I am so forever grateful. And I have put in work myself to have the life that I have, and in the physical sense. So just matching my mentality with that has been a process for sure. And I also think that my intentionality behind life is a good thing and something that I should share. It's worth sharing. What's the worst that could happen? There are some bad things that could happen. But the worst thing that could ever happen is the loss of life. And so while I am still breathing and mobile and experiencing freedom, then yeah, let me be experimental and minimally risky in those ways, I guess, is where I've started to land. So it's a close. This was my planner from 2024. Got some cool stickers on here that I'm showing if you're looking, watching, and listening. I definitely, yeah, I fell off, but I think that any time is a good time for reflection as we enter into this new year. It's been really interesting. I got this passion planner this year. Previous years, I've kind of just been finding whatever is on sale at Staples. But I really liked this one, and you can choose what day to start your week off of, which is really fun. start mine on Monday so I can see my Saturday, Sundays next to each other. And there was these really interesting um, kind of guides, worksheets, I suppose would be the right term. And the first one was discovering your compass and establishing core values. The core values that I have named for myself are accountability. I think that through accountability, it encompasses both responsibility and just the follow through of taking care of your part, but then also being accountable to all of the unknowns that are also going to happen anyway. My second core value is freedom, both freedom that I maintain for myself, but also for the efforts of joining the fight to liberate other people as well, and more on that in a moment. And then balance, because I am a Leo sun and a Taurus moon, and I love to indulge in pleasures, things that feel good, moments that feel good. Um, that doesn't always balance out with the responsibilities that I'm then accountable to. So, balance is something I value. And when I feel like I've had a balanced day, like today, where I've given to myself, and I've given to others through my work and responsibilities and follow through and being accountable, those are the moments where I feel the best. The other worksheet that comes after that is a mind map. And I've been really struggling with that. I haven't done it yet. Maybe somewhere like mid year or spring, or I'll have a nice moment with some tea and really tap inwards to figure out what that should be, what that could be. But it's so hard. Like the past couple of years, I could not have imagined happening the way that they have happened. So it's really hard for me to try to think about what the December of 2025 will look like, let alone past this January. This January, I do have plans already, and that's why I wanted to sit down and have some story time now before the overwhelming backlog happens and I get caught up in this, like, I cannot keep up with myself feeling, which I feel a lot and I'm grateful for because that means, again, I'm living a full life. And it's always a good time to pause and reflect. So before I jump into what's happening next, and I might just save that, let me think about what happened just recently. So rang in the new year at Park Station Hatchery with the Flipside lovers and their Two Wheel Tuesday. So much funk, so much oldies. It was just a really nice, neighborly, friendly affair. Familiar faces, semi familiar faces of just like I know I've seen you around in the community, and I love that. It gives like just such a sense of safety because then driving home through downtown San Jose, seeing just the world that I wasn't prepared for, but the world that I definitely remember kind of being in, several years ago. But, just having a liquid death and just a small pour of champagne to cheers with was like perfect and plenty. And then the next day, it was just warmth and love and calm and restfulness. And that's exactly what I want to carry through the rest of the year. And that is my number one ritual, is just like, however I start the year, like just trying to maintain that energy throughout the rest of it. A little bit before that was the last changing same of 2024. I have built a beautiful friendship with DJ Charlie Brown and Zuri Alexa. over the past year. Both of them are like people that I've like known, but being able to spend like some quality time around music and grant writing and just hearing people's dreams, just like really like how can you not like I don't know, at least for me, let me just speak for myself. When I hear people's dreams, people are willing to share with me what they envision for themselves, I get really compelled to want to support that and want to be a cheerleader. And through that developed a friendship, and I love that they throw the most amazing parties. Like, I am a dancer. I refound my joy on the dance floor when I was a sparkle in my parents' eye, and, they were gigging and I was uncreated and gigging with them. Um, and now, again, truly, that's where I found my sense of joy again and just freedom and, like, yes, balance in all the BPMs. Um, it was pretty historical as well. They had the guest artist DJ Rashida, incredible career this woman has had. A beautiful individual. She had on these like beautiful bangles, like beaded, like disco polka dot dress, like or jumpsuit, and like just the whole night, like every everyone that spun kind of played a different kind of vibe of music. And for live DJ sets, like on vinyl especially, like there's no way to play something exactly how you've played it before, because there's like mixing that you're doing live and just like where you start and end a song. So it's like really something that I found to be very special to participate in. I feel like it's a lot more accessible than live music necessarily. So, a live vinyl performance DJ presentation is also just really, really dope. And I was able to take some really beautiful pictures as well, which feels special to be able to capture a moment and then have the gratitude of those moments being captured. Because these milestones are, you never know that's a milestone until again you kind of pause and look back. Whew, if this is not your first plain and story vlog, you know that I often start crying. So I'm trying to hold it together, but it just really is. It is overwhelmingly positive to pause and to think and to appreciate, because life is not always this way. um, that was a really terrible and insufficient wipe. So, again, normally I'm like not even filming too, so this adds like an extra layer of like stilliness. Um, I feel as though too like the world has gifted me so many people in the last couple months, and one of them that I have to shout out is a homie that's been in my life for decades, and that is so rare to know someone who has seen you since childhood through the growing up times to now. And it's been so nice reconnecting. She's an adventurous spirit. You know who you are. And that has always inspired me. They're like a very brave and caring and adventurous individual. And it's been really fun to just be silly. Be silly again. I've definitely been putting myself out there for friendship, and it's still always nerve wracking. Like, there are new budding friendships that I'm very excited about. But there's always just that fear of rejection or of, being your complete self. So it is nice to be with someone who knows you, loves you, you can be your complete self with, You don't have to fill them in on so much of what has made you who you are. And it just allows more space for the silliness. My legs are on fire because we went ice skating. We took some silly selfies at a Christmas bar. She's just down. We've been on so many hikes recently. I've been just really just trying to fall in love with nature again and hugging trees when I can. And I think that's what I'm calling in for 2025. Um, on a serious note, I'm really not trying to get enlisted into a people's army at this time. And finding ways that are nonviolent to be participating in the liberation and the change of the world. And maybe this is it. Maybe just living by example, and that right ears like hearing this or seeing this and feeling like they can do something similar in their own way if they're not already. Maybe this is enough. Keeping that, encouraging that person who's already doing good and more to just keep going regardless of how hard it is. Like, maybe that is enough. And I think because I'm all teary and my throat hurts already from crying and not trying to cry, and just so I can get in the swing of a quick edit, I think I'll just pause here. Super short, super sweet, super chaotic. Please stay tuned for what's to come in January alone. Like, it's going to be fun. I have 4 guaranteed trips. 2 are happening in January, 1 in May, and of course, my birthday is not around the corner, but it's already on my mind in August. And I look forward for everything that happens in between that is unplanned as well. I'm super stoked. I'm very grateful to be alive and wishing the best for everyone. So until next time,